Recently, I found myself replaying Darkwood, my all-time favorite game. At this point, YouTube is full of video essays and lore explanations, as well as playthroughs of the game singing its praises, for good reason, many of which garner hundreds of thousands if not millions of views. Hell, even I uploaded not one, not two, but 3 videos of the game. The point is that by now the game has greatly risen in popularity, firmly securing its place among the best of the survival horror genre. But as much as I would love to put out yet another one of these full deep dives into the game, I will instead discuss only a small, fairly glossed over part of the game. Before proceeding, I need to strongly ask you not to continue watching this video if you have not experienced the game for yourself, or at least watched a more comprehensive video on it. Not only does the game deserve to be played, but you deserve to experience it for yourself with as few spoilers as possible. I will assume that the rest of you either do not care, or have already played the game, so I will not bother with recounting the entire story. About 4 in-game days into my playthrough, I realized that instead of selecting hard difficulty at the beginning, I somehow picked Nightmare. Now, I may have played this game many times before, but I've never played it on Nightmare mode, nor without dying at least once. So something that I thought I would never experience again actually returned. I felt like I was playing the game for the first time. Well, obviously not exactly. The benefit of hindsight allowed me to progress without losing my save file, but the fear was the same as if I had first launched the game. A fear that would swell immensely as soon as I reached a certain part of the game. The one that I'm going to focus on today. You see, after the stranger wakes up in the dry meadow hideout on the first day, both the player and the stranger will go through the motions of learning the ways of the woods, most likely by trial and error, alongside learning about the main goal of the game: to reach the door marked with the number 21 at the underground entrance once the key has been retrieved. A central piece of this video, and of Darkwood as a whole, I would say, is a successful alignment of the player and the stranger's goals. At the start of the game, and for a huge part of it, the stranger remains a blank slate. The only thoughts of his that we see are written down in his journal as the game progresses, presumably mirroring the player's thoughts. He never speaks. You know nothing of who he is or why he's here. There's only one thing that ties you two together. You are both trying to escape the woods. Thus, as the game and story progress, so does the bond between you and the stranger. You are both stuck, scrambling for resources, chasing daylight, and trying to get that blasted key back from the doctor who stole it from you in the prologue. About midway through the game, you learn about a way to get your key back, essentially starting the Wolfman and Musician's quest lines. Regardless of what you choose, you still need to go through a hell of a lot more before you get that key. It never really was that simple. Whether it is due to the vile deceitfulness of the Wolfman or the childish ignorance of a musician, it comes down to you to get it. You brave the old woods, fighting tooth and nail to survive the horrors thrown at you in a convoluted hideout whose structures are nothing like anything you've called your base before by night, and sneaking by giant dogs and chompers by day. You come across echoes of humanity transfigured into dangerous horrors by the forest, barely escaping with your life, and your items or save file. All for one purpose: to find the key and get out of the woods once and for all. Either by taking the doctor by surprise after the Wolfman's quest, or by withstanding his drugged ambush after the musicians, the key is finally within your grasp. After so long, so many short days and protracted nights, hours of gathering resources and wandering seemingly aimlessly between the trees, fighting tooth and nail for this one goal, you have finally reached it. Assuming you spare the doctor, despite how he treated you, you are advised to take whatever you can with you, because returning may prove impossible. The same is echoed by the stranger as soon as you reach the underground entrance, so best pack your bags. You're not coming back. At this point, the game is all but over. Either credits are going to start rolling as soon as you interact with the hulking metal door, where a small cutscene or gameplay sequence may follow. Who knows, maybe a boss battle of sorts, as is the trend with many games, including horror. You most likely packed most of your weapons and ammo, some flares or a flashlight, and on the off chance that you brought some base maintenance supplies, you probably wasted an inventory slot. But hey, game's over. It doesn't really matter. As you walk to the end of the tunnel, satisfaction and pride rush through your veins. Congratulations! After all, you survived an immense challenge, and now you get to leave. Both you and the stranger. He gets to go home to his wife, and you get to brag to your friends about how you beat a game that somehow only 9% of people manage to beat. You ask the doctor to open the door or open it yourself. Your body finally relaxing, decompressing from all the stress that built up during your time in the woods. The key enters the latch, and the door opens. It's over? A dark hallway stretches out before you, and the only thing besides the oppressive atmosphere that your ears can pick up is the doctor's footsteps, for those of you who are merciful. You can still pick up items. You can still interact with the character in the tunnel. The stranger is still taking notes. The game is still saving. This is one odd-looking ending section. Murky water has flooded the narrow passage, creating knee-deep pools that hinder your movement. Even from a technical standpoint, this isn't a mechanic you have ever faced before. You hear noises, hisses, water splashes all around you, and you see a disfigured beast crawling towards you before rapidly disappearing in the pool right in front of you. One that you've never seen before. Organic growths, bodies with small holes in their head, a shiny stone tied to a cross. What on earth is going on? Not just from a story perspective, but what use is bringing all of this new content right at the end of the game? Your mind goes from sure and confident to being once again focused on your surroundings, recalling the mantra that the game has been hammering into your mind with every loading screen. Respect the woods. Be patient. Focus. You happen upon a staircase. After climbing a few steps, the screen goes black, and the game goes quiet. Maybe all of that was just for show. Unused assets, or a hint of the boss battle. The game is over. Oh. Oh. As your screen brightens, your mind is still processing the information that you have so gently been presented with. You're not done with the game. The nights aren't over. The scavenging isn't over. The story isn't over. You aren't out of the forest. You're barely halfway there. The game does not care about the complete whiplash you're experiencing. The forest does not care about the superhuman effort the stranger has gone through up until this point. So that begs the question, what now? A stream of questions follows. Was it all for nothing? Is there really a way out? What is this place? You begin taking in your surroundings. A couple of scattered buildings in terrible shape. Fallen fences, a generator, an oven. Wait, an oven? Only hideouts have ovens. Hold on a minute. You open the map. Oh. Oh no. Suddenly, all the questions about the futility of you and the stranger's mission of passing through the door 21 are replaced by more immediate concerns. You are in a new hideout, in a new area, with an empty map, with little to no resources, and night is coming. Even though from an outside perspective, this seems like just the gameplay loop all over again, moving between areas of the woods and moving hideouts, everyone that has played the game, myself included, will tell you that this is completely different. For the other transitions, you knew they were coming, and you were able to prepare. You even had the bike man who ever so kindly transferred your items at the low cost of one bottle of moonshine. On the other hand, here, you have your inventory. And that's it. You had no idea you were coming here. You weren't preparing for a continuation. You were preparing for a title screen. And this isn't just a continuation, it's amplification. The swamp is the most unforgiving area that the game and the woods have to offer. The first day in the swamp can only be described as a race against time fueled by confusion and dread, but also a hint of curiosity directed at the enormous empty map. Every second becomes precious, and no matter what you do, you feel like you've wasted the day as soon as the first hints of orange start to light up the sky, announcing the arrival of dusk. Whatever limited exploration you can pull off only drives home the point that most of what you've learned is going out the window. There is no leniency, no safety, no moment to catch your breath in the swamp. Giant pools of water, trees with roots that immobilize you, thick forests and deadly creatures, the likes of which you've never seen, all share one desire: to see you dead. This is phenomenal. The developers have managed to build such an efficient subversion of expectation, from the moment you launch the game for the first time to the moment you set foot into the swamp. The goal has always been the key. The door was the way out. Everything you did, all the morally gray at best and deplorable at worst actions, they were all to go home through that door. The door was safety. The door was escape. The door was the end of the game. The moment that you opened that door, and especially when you exit the underground passage, you and the stranger go through the exact same emotions. The disbelief, the whiplash, and the dread that it is far from over. Furthermore, neither of you know what you're supposed to do now. There is no destination, no other door, no other key. There is only one goal, and that is to survive. The frantic scramble on that first day in the swamp is, in my opinion, the most efficient iteration of survival horror ever implemented in a video game. It's easy for the player to believe that who they're playing as is scared and confused, but when the player is equally scared and confused themselves and reverts to the basics, holding on to the illusion of a routine that creates safety, one that no longer even applies, that is horror. I don't want to go any further than this. Chapter 2 of Darkwood brings just as many surprises, if not more, than the first chapter, and I've already revealed enough. To whoever has already completed this game, I salute you, and to whoever is watching without having played or knowing what comes next, I strongly urge you to pick it up for yourself. It may come across that I'm singing this game's praises to an unrealistically high degree, but it is my all-time favorite game for a reason. Thank you for watching.